Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, June 11th, 2026, and the time is 5:45 a.m. Last night was very active here across portions of the Midwest and Mississippi Valley region, and this storm system pushing off to the southeast was responsible for a number of tornado warnings across central Illinois, Missouri, and Iowa last night and yesterday. Right now, we do have another storm system moving in from Nebraska into Iowa, which is why the Storm Prediction Center has went ahead and issued a severe thunderstorm watch this morning here in Iowa and into northern Illinois. Um, and northern Illinois will become the focal point for what could be a tornado outbreak later today. So this is the preliminary tornado reports for tomorrow. Notice we do have 14 reports so far. I do expect this number to increase significantly. 292 wind reports. I also think that number will go up as well. And then there was 58 hail reports yesterday for a total of 364 reports. Like I said, I do expect this number to increase significantly, especially as the Storm Prediction Center does their damage surveys. So, all right, here is the day one convective outlook. Notice there is a enhanced risk here from Missouri back into Michigan, but Illinois will be the focal point today. You can see that here if we go over to the tornado outlook here. Notice there is the 10% hatch SIG 1 region. I'm honestly surprised this has not been upgraded to a 15% somewhere up here. Even a SIG 2, I would not be shocked at all just because of some of the parameters we're seeing today with this particular storm system. Completely different setup than yesterday. This looks like it could end up being a tornado outbreak today. Wind risk is definitely going to be very significant today. I don't want to disregard this risk over here in the northeast as well. Along the coast here, there is this threat over here as well. But obviously, the main focus today will be here into the Midwest Great Lakes region. Hail risk today is pretty low, very minimal. 15% hatch region here, basically across the entire enhanced risk region. So this is the HRRR run, the most recent one. This is what we have going on now. Notice we have these storms here in Illinois kind of pushing off to the east, southeast. And then we have these kind of a cluster of storms here, taking shape here, which will move off into this direction. Going forward here, notice that this is picking up on several rotation tracks here as it continues to push off to the east-northeast. And then behind that, this kind of sets the stage for multiple clusters and supercells kind of forming at the same time here. And this is showing, several velocity tracks on this particular model run. And I hope this model is not correct because I do think with something, a look like this, a look like this would be more favorable for what you would see in a tornado outbreak, especially with this many velocity tracks. But as we move forward, notice this kind of congeals into more of a squall line, especially as we continue to move even further forward here. Notice this line is here in central Illinois. But we can go ahead and take a sounding out in front of it, and what we see here is that the probable hazard type is for a tornado. Notice there is quite a bit of wind shear in the atmosphere, 3,000 to 4,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE. That is more than enough. 75-degree dew points. That's kind of a loaded gun scenario. And if we kind of go over here to the significant tornado parameter values, notice that we already have values approaching 5 at this point right now. It's very early in the day and we already have values approaching 5, and as we move forward, notice that this area just kind of expands and increases substantially. And by 22Z, notice that we have values approaching 9 and 10. And as we kind of move off to the east here with this line, notice these values gradually taper off with time, especially as the primary concern becomes damaging straight line winds. Once again, this is what we have going on now. We do have a couple active tornado warnings here in southwestern Iowa with this other storm system. But other than that, that's all I got right now. I will have a video out tomorrow morning, but I will do a recap, just kind of going over what ends up actually happening over tonight. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Have multiple ways to get watches and warnings, but other than that, I hope you guys have a great day and stay safe out there.